Hello, the Darkness 344 here. Today we're going to be doing the first part of this computer even, a tutorial. So, this is the ALU, which the arithmetic logic unit if you want it out in full, and this basically is your brains of your computer, because pretty much this is just a computer is basically a glorified CPU with some extra parts, but, well, it's something that computes, but basically, yeah, this is the basic ALU. It only has two functions because it's a very basic one for a basic computer, which are add, which is this one, and subtract, which is this one. I could have probably done it where you only use add, and you can also have a function that does it as subtract as well, using only one set of adders, but this is just easier, and it looks alright as well. So it looks complicated, but actually it's very simple. So we're going to be building this in this video, and we're also going to be building this, which is the registers, because these are quite important to loading numbers into your ALU. We will also go test it once we've built it, just to show that it works properly, and we'll build this next video, or in a video, yeah, probably next video. So yes, first of all, I'm just going to hop on to my tutorial world. Well, yeah. And we are going to do it on this, because I'm not going to make it on the same world. I will leave this computer in every one of my videos as a world download, by the way. So yeah, for this tutorial, we're pretty much just going to need your basic redstone components, a redstone torch, a piece of redstone, a repeater, a block. You don't need lamps, a lever just to test out stuff. I'm going to keep stone in my inventory, and signs if you need it, and maybe a piston, but I'll get to that in a minute. Actually, I'm going to be building this out of white concrete because it just looks more clean, if I can actually get one. So first of all, you're going to want to find a nice big area, because this will be a big computer. So I'm going to go all the way over here. So first of all, we're just going to go up quite high, and start this off. I'm just going to do /set block to wrong concrete, and that should place a block down. And this is where we're going to start. So we're going to build the adding section first. So what you're going to do, you know what, I'm going to turn my render distance down, because I'm currently uploading a video and it's probably lagging my thing. So where's render distance? Yeah, probably not a good idea. We're gonna go 32 chunks. I am running a RX 580 if you want to know. So first of all, we're going to create a big line of blocks like this. Make sure it's not too long, and then you are just going to break in the middle, so you have this, and make sure you have 8 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you can break this one because we don't need it. We are going to build the ALU this way round, so the input is here and the output is here, which means our CPU will be there, RAM will be there, and that should give us more than enough space. Then once you've done this, you're just going to place a block in front of these like this. So make sure you have 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you put torches on this, and this is just your basic adder. Whoops. This is your basic adder, just we're doing it in the sky. Yeah, that's good. Then place torches on the front like this, and pieces of redstone down like this. You will, if you're on Java Edition, some of the things using pistons may not work, so you'll have to find workarounds with that. But if you're building this, you'll most likely will be able to if you know a bit of binary. So what we're doing right now is we're creating Xor Gates with a bit of an AND gate on top, so it's quite useful. So we can use that as a carry to the next one. So we're going to use this first adder as our first bit. So it goes 1, 2, 4, 8. And this is a 4-bit adder, by the way. Oops. So yeah, because we're building a 4-bit computer. You can actually probably double up, but it will make this tutorial a bit more hard. So once we've done this, we've got our first set of Xor gates. they're going to come down like this and place a block like this. So it's in the middle of these two torches, so they connect like that. We're going to do that on every one, but I'm just going to connect it up like this, so it's much easier for me. We're going to do this on every single one of them. Once we've done this, place a block here, place a block here, place a block here. So you've got a zigzag. Make sure this bit comes out on this section. So if you're looking at here, it will be on your left. It has to come out on your left or the carry won't work properly. So then you do this for every single one of them. So if I break that, and I will explain this in depth when it's all done. And we will test this adder out to make sure if it works. If it doesn't work, then you'll have to redo this tutorial and see, or bug fix and see what you've done wrong. So we're going to do the exact same as over here, pretty much. So with your blocks. So make sure it's this second block is on this side. Then you're just going to build out 2 more, and you're going to do almost the same thing. Make sure there's no extra torches. And once we've done this, we put redstone on top of here, and we're going to put our blocks here, like this, to make the top section. And instead of blocking up like this, we can just put torches here, because it makes, we don't need this extra redstone line, because I'll show you why in a minute. So once we've done this, we put blocks here, whoops, blocks here, like this on top of these, and that's your second set of OR gates complete. Once you Xor Gates complete, once you've done that, so you've pretty much got almost a functioning adder here. The second thing you need to do is actually make the carry line. So where this feeds into, so on the left side, you're going to place a redstone torch on the top block like this. So make sure it's on the left side. Then now we're going to build the carry. So on each one of these blocks, you're going to place blocks on top of the redstone like this. And we're going to place blocks down like this. Like this. And you don't need this one because we're not going to be using carry. So once you've done this, you're also going to want to bring it down like this. You don't actually need to make this first one, but I'm just doing it so you can see how to do it. So we'll just place block, and break that one. So it looks like you have inputs to all your adders. Then we're going to run a piece of redstone along this carry line, and we're going to make sure it inputs into every one of these. Then to make sure, because we don't want this carry line also powering this one, we put blocks on every other thing, like this. And you don't have to worry about this, I'm actually going to break it, because we don't use this. So, make sure this is all correct, make sure this redstone torch goes into here, this redstone torch goes into here, and it leads down into your input A of your second Xor gate, so, or your second bit of your half bit adder. And so once we've got this, let's test it. So to test it, we can put levers on here. I'm only going to do these ones because if you've built the first few correct, you've most likely built the rest. And to test it, if we click this, that's a 1 and it should come up as 1, which it has. We're going to put another 1 in and it should come up as 1. Yep, if we put a 2 in though, like 2 1s is 2, it should come out with 2, and your carry activates, and as you can see, if it puts 2. So now we're going to do the same with this one, but this time we're going to put the number 3 like this, like this, 3, because you have 1 on ALU A and 2 on ALU A on the second adder, and you're going to add, say we're going to do 3 plus 2, and that should equal 5, which it has. So now we can break these levers, because we do not need them anymore. Now we've completed this first section, we're going to complete the second section. This will be your subtractor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 blocks up, so leave a 2 block space in between your adders, or else this line may interrupt on here, because as you can see that line goes down 1 and it will be like that, so it won't break anything. Then we're going to do almost the exact same on this one as well. So build the exact same on this one too. I will just build it so just in case. So we're going to go like this, torches, and more torches, redstone along the top, and your blocks here. And this is going to be your subtraction section, because down there's addition and this one up here will be subtraction. So we have our redstone here, block up on every single one of these like this, and break the block underneath, and then we'll put torches around like this. Make sure you have your redstone top. There is no block here. Let's fix that real quick. So once we've done this, we're going to do the exact same zigzag pattern. So we go down like this, break like that, and then I'm just going to go across like this, so it saves us some time. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we have this. Then we do the zigzag pattern. And alternatively, you can build this on the ground, but it's probably easier to build it in the sky, because most likely you are in creative. If you're in survival, well, you're going to have quite a hard time building this computer, but I do not recommend building computers in survival at all, because it is very hard, as you don't have that much movement capability, and no, not infinite resources. Whoops. So we have our redstone along here and our torches. So this is pretty much another adder, but we're going to turn it into a subtractor by knotting one of the inputs and also knotting the outputs. And we don't need a carry line, because we're not going to be using a carry line in this tutorial, or this computer actually. So your redstone torches go down like this, and now we need the carry line on this side. So yeah, we won't be using the 5th bit at all in this tutorial, because there's not too much point using it in a 4-bit computer even, when you have only 4 bits and you can't be using the 5th bit. So as usual, we go like this. Did I link up this one like this? Yeah, you know, I might as well do it. You don't need it, but it's just nice to have, so you have a 1/2 bit just in case for debugging. Okay, let's go like this, and as usual, why is this not inputted? Because that's broken. And as usual, we're going to go down from here like this, and place a piece of redstone here on every one of these. So you should have it ended up looking like this. Then we're going to do the same with this. So yeah, this is quite an advanced calculator. Well, it's a simple computer even, but it's still advanced enough that if you don't know a whole lot about binary and redstone, then you may not be able to complete it. So now we've got our ALUs, we're going to have to link it up to an input. So what we're going to do is place a block, and then we're just going to run this like this. And we're going to do the same with every other one. With the top section, we're going to go down, because we want them to meet up together like this. And you can also break the block underneath. And what I'm going to do to speed this up is I'm just going to go across like this, and then break the blocks in the middle. You don't need to, but it looks nicer when you do it that way, so we're going to be doing it this way. So as you can see, we've got this. Now we just need to do the exact same over here. Oops. Place like this again, and we're going to have redstone back here as well. And you're wondering, oh, hang on a minute, the input goes to both of them. How do you control turning on and off? Well, I will come to that once I've finished with this. So I'm just going to break these bits like this, because we don't like them. We're going to do this for every single one of them. Yeah, so as I've said already in this video, Java Edition players all the actual redstone most likely will work, but the actual the piston redstone will not, so you may have to do a bit of modification there. So actually we don't even need to go out that far because we're going to have repeaters here, so don't bother going out. So just have repeaters here, so it goes into this block and also this block. Then we're going to have redstone lines running back and forth like this. I could speed this up, but I'm not going to. During this tutorial, I most likely won't cut out that much, or I may speed up a few bits, but I most likely will not cut much out because I don't really think it's fair on you guys when you're, oh, I did a whole bunch of work off camera, you know, and it's kind of annoying. Like, I've had instances where I've been following tutorials and then the next episode is like, oh, well, I did all of this off camera, and it's like a massive thing. It's like, oh, hang on, wait, how do you do that? So now we've got this. If you power it, it should go into both half bit adders, and it should output 1 on both of them as well. Make sure to test your top one as well. So now we've got this on every single input A, which is every other one beginning with this one. So this one, this one, this one, this one, right? So 4 of them, right? We're going to be breaking this piece of redstone on every input A, and then on here we're going to be putting a redstone torch. We must break this piece of redstone or it'll go like that and create a burnout clock. So remember, break that piece of redstone, then place a torch underneath. This basically knots your input A, so it knots your first input. I did not break that. Oh, I placed that torch wrong. So remember, torch is on that. Now we're going to be linking up the output section. So this section is going to be the bit where you may need piston. Well, yeah, you're going to need pistons. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out on every single one of them. And on the top ones, we're going to be doing the top ones first because those are the easiest ones to do. Because we need to knot it first. So we're going to place blocks like this, break these ones in the middle. You can slow this tutorial down if it's too fast for you, and place redstone torches down like this. Whoops, not like that, like this. So you have a NOT gate which knots the output. So this is a subtraction module. So if we input, let's try it out first. So say 5 minus 3, so 5 on ALU A, which is, no, that's 3. So we're going to do 5, which is 4 and 1. And then we're going to do 3 on ALU B, so which is this one. So that's 3 on ALU B. So 5 plus 3 is 7. And 5 minus 3 is 2. And as you can see, we have got that. I mean, 5 plus 3 is 8, actually. Yeah, dodgy maths. But yeah, so it works, basically. And then what we're going to do, we need to input this to this input, but we need to make sure we only have one output at a time. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to come down one like this and across again. Then we're going to have a redstone repeater here like this. We'll do it this way around. This way works just as well. Actually, no. You know what? We're going to have a piece of redstone in front of these torches. Oops, I broke this one. And we're going to have it in every one. Then in front of these, we're going to have a block, and then another block with your redstone repeater on. So you have this sort of thing. So we're going to do this on all the top ones, none of the bottom ones yet. So we could put the repeater there or there, it really doesn't matter. We're going to do it like this. Then we need our sticky pistons. So we're going to take a sticky piston, and then we're going to block up 3, break these 2, and put it down like that. Actually, no, we're going to go up 4 even, because that'll make sure its default is off, as you can see. So if we want an output, we can turn it on. If we don't, we turn it off. And then you can break these ones if you want. Then for Java Edition players, you're going to have to block over. But since Bedrock, we can just do this. And then on all of these, you can just go down like this and place up like this. Then remember to have your blocks on these pistons. Now if we run a redstone line on top of these, and we're going to place a lever in the middle, as you can see, it's on and now it's off. Then we're going to do the exact same thing as we did there with the bottom line. So we're going to have, make sure it goes out roughly the same. We can have it 3 blocks because these are 3 blocks. So we go out 3 blocks like this, and we're going to have our redstone like this. And then a 3rd block will be, did we have redstone here? And we had redstone repeaters here. I'm going to change my mind. For convenience sake, we're going to put the repeaters on this side, just to make it a bit more friendly when we build the second part. So on this side, yeah, I know I keep changing my mind, and it's probably really annoying for you, but I will. Then on this side, we're going to do the exact same thing as up there. We're going to do something different this time, because we don't exactly have that much space. We're going to go like this and have our block across like this. And I actually should have done this on the top one as well, because that makes it a bit more confusing. So I may just go change that as well in this video. So then if we have our redstone across like this, and then we can have our lever, and we block out 2 like this, and we put a piece of redstone here. Then we flick it down and flick it up. So now in its off state it's on, but when we turn it on it's off. I'm going to do this to the top 2 because it may get a bit confusing if we have to knot one of them. So on every one of these we're going to place a piston. So I'm just going to go across like this, and we're going to break the block and place a piston. So make sure when you've done this, you have your blocks like this, and make sure when you wire it all up like this, and you have your lever, when you flick it, it grabs onto this block, and when you flick it up, this repeater goes into this block and it goes out into this redstone line. So now it's on, now it's off. Now, since we've done this section, what we need to do, we need to bring this line back down to here so it's on the same level with your input, because that makes it much easier. So we can make this go out a lot, and then on this one, we bring it down once, we bring it down again, and we bring it down again, and you can break this block because you don't need it. And I'm going to do that on every single one, like this. And that is pretty much our ALU done once we've done it. We will run a few tests just to show. So, once we've done this, we're going to have redstone, 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 and redstone here as well. And then we're going to have our repeaters here, because that makes sure they're both the same signal length, so it makes cabling a lot easier. Yeah, so once we've done this, we're going to flick both of these levers down to test it, and then we're going to choose addition or subtraction. So let's start with addition. We're going to do 2 plus 2, so you find 2, which is this one, and we're going to do 2 plus 2, and that should equal 4. As you can see, it's 4. Now let's do 2 minus 2, which should equal 0. So if we turn on 0, and yes, it equals 0. Now let's try one that gives you a different number. So 2 minus 1, actually no, that's 3, isn't it? So we have to put 2 on our input A, and we put the input B as what we're minusing. So 2 minus 1 is 1, as you can see, so it does work. Now, for the last bit of this tutorial, we are going to be building the registers. Actually, no, I'm going to leave these both on for now, so we know in the future. For the last bit, we're going to be building the registers. The registers just basically say, oh, I want to keep this information and keep it until it gets updated the next clock cycle. So it's basically like RAM, just for quick access, for the specialized RAM for only the thing. So we're going to block up like this on every single one, and we can break these blocks afterwards. And we're going to put torches down like this, so they're all on at the moment. Then we're going to put a block like this. So you know what, we'll make it easier if I just go along like this. And we're going to break these blocks just because we don't need them at the moment. So we're going to break all these blocks because we do not need them, and we're going to put a piece of redstone dust on here. So we've got this. Bless me. Then we're going to go here, up one, up again, break this block. So we've got like a tower in between these, like this. Then we're going to go across 2, so we have 3, and this redstone torch goes into this block. And we're also going to go 1 back, so we have this almost wonky T shape. Then we're going to do this on every single one. So to make it easier, I'm just going to go like this on top of the redstone torches. And this tutorial is nearly finished. Just a few more features need to be done. So once we've done this, then we're going to go down like that. Am I doing it right? I think so. Then we're going to have repeaters, just like this. And I'll show you why in a minute. Then we're going to have redstone along like this. And as you can see, it gets powered because of the torch underneath. So once we've done all of this, what we're going to do to make the final piece is put a redstone torch here and a redstone torch here. Torch here, torch here, torch here, torch here. It should flicker at first, but it should stop when you place the second torch. You can stop it from flickering by placing it around the other way, but it really doesn't matter, because this works as well. So now we've got this. Then the final bit is to block out like this, because this will be our input. And what we're going to do, we're going to place torches here, and we're going to put repeaters like this, so the inputs cannot mix. Then on this, we're going to go like that, and this will be our input right here. So like this. So we're going to do that on every single one. I'm just going to bridge across like this because it's much faster. And break the blocks in the middle. I broke that one. And we're going to go out like this. Oops. And the torch is here. Remember, these torches are quite important. Then we need the repeaters, so the inputs don't mix, because if you input to this one, it will input to both if you don't have those torches, and that is not what we want. So now we've got that, we need to join these up, and these are our 4 inputs. So we have 1, 2, 4, and 8. So I'm going to put levers here, and we can try it out. So say we want to input the number 1 to ALU A, the register A. Oh yeah, there's no input. To input it, we're going to have to power the exact same line. So to do this without powering anything else, we're going to have a lever here, and we flick it like that, and it powers, as you can see. Say we want to do this, and as you can see, the other one doesn't do it unless we have a lever that does it. Like that will power that too, but it really doesn't matter. And then when you turn this off, oh, it's saved, but to update it so it doesn't save, so it like stops again, you just update it again. We're just going to update all of them, so they're all off in default. So yeah, that is pretty much the ALU. It's only a very simple one. So yeah, next video we'll be covering the actual program counter and program block kind of thing, so we can actually start getting things connected together. That should be very cool, so yeah, wait till that comes out, I guess. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I am out.